Mr. Speaker, I support this rule and the underlying legislation, beginning with H.R. 3724, the End Woke Higher Education Act. As a member of the Education and Workforce Committee, we have spent countless hours addressing the serious issues within higher education under the Biden administration, where activism is often prioritized and differing viewpoints are silenced. These conversations have become increasingly necessary as we've seen waves of anti-Semitic protests where students are supporting terrorist organizations, and these protests are sweeping the nation. Too many institutions of higher education have cowered to the mob of protesters, often compromising the safety and well-being of their students. Freedom of speech is under attack on our campuses nationwide, and it's our students who are paying the price. This mindset weakens what has historically been the strength of America: free-flowing and open debate at our institutions of learning. We must not let campus activists, woke faculty, and partisan administrators turn post-secondary education into DEI indoctrination camps. Denying speech undermines the very fabric of the nation and is against everything our founders intended. I'm glad this legislation includes my Students' Bill of Rights, which aims to address the erosion of First Amendment rights faced by students and provides protections for academic freedom and expression. Our students should never feel afraid to express their point of view or fear retribution or negative consequences for their future. This woke mind virus doesn't stop there, which brings me to H.R. 5339, the Protecting American Investments from Woke Policies Act, protects the retirement savings of workers, retirees, and their families by rolling back woke ESG requirements that have nothing to do with the bottom line. The bill ensures that financial institutions are focused on maximizing returns in retirement plans rather than advancing the Biden-Harris administration's radical agenda at the expense of American workers. Forcing often underperforming and relatively high-risk investments on our seniors is not what they're asking us to do in this chamber. In this spirit, I'm glad the bill includes one of my pieces of legislation, the Retirement Proxy Protection Act. The bill ensures that fiduciaries prioritize economic interests of plan beneficiaries when voting on shareholder proposals. Finally, the rule also provides for consideration of H.R. 4790, a comprehensive bill package targeting unelected bureaucrats. Time and time again, this administration has prioritized, again, an ESG agenda and initiatives that are against the well-being of workers and American businesses. Democrat-appointed bureaucrats are attempting to use regulation to create climate and social policy in our financial markets, ultimately raising costs and limiting growth. This legislation aims to stop unnecessary political reporting requirements for companies, make federal regulators more transparent, and reduce the SEC's power over shareholders. I'm proud that another one of my bills, the No Expensive Stifling Governance Act, or No ESG Act, is included as part of this package. I'd also like to touch on my friend Congressman Nick LaLota's bill, H.R. 5717, the No Bailout for Sanctuary Cities Act. I'm proud to be a co-sponsor of this bill. Despite the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act of 1966 clearly stating that no restrictions can be placed on communication between local or state authorities and federal immigration officials about someone's immigration status, many cities still choose to not comply. We've known for years that sanctuary cities create incredible challenges for federal law enforcement, and in doing so, public safety is endangered. Take Aurora, Colorado, for example. They're experiencing unprecedented gang violence due to a neighboring sanctuary city. We also know that the Biden-Harris administration has been a master class in how to not handle border security, and this administration has totally failed alongside the sanctuary cities in enforcing our immigration laws. Because the crime that finds a home in a sanctuary city spreads to other jurisdictions. If sanctuary cities choose to operate this way and endanger their own communities, neighboring communities, and ultimately the entire nation, they must be forced to balance their irresponsible choices with the loss of other federal support. It's pretty simple. If you fail to comply with the law, you should not expect support. Our constituents understand and also demand that their tax dollars not support sanctuary cities that actively undermine their public safety and our immigration law. The rule also provides for consideration of H.J. Res. 136 to push back on EPA overregulation, H.R. 5179 to end anti-Israel boycotts, and H.R. 7909, the Violence Against Women Act, which would, the Violence Against Women Act, which would crack down on crime caused by the Biden-Harris administration's open border policies. Mr. Speaker, I look forward to consideration of these important bills, and I urge the passage of this rule. I reserve the balance of my time.